Nicolás Maduro of Venezuela and Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia, different sides of the same coin. The current socio-economic and political landscape in Ethiopia, under the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia, draws striking parallels with political and socio-economic considerations observed in Venezuela during the past 8 years under President Nicolás Maduro of Venezuela. In recent years, both nations have witnessed their populations grapple with severe economic contractions, escalating living costs, rampant unemployment, and unimaginable political violence against its citizens. This distress has regrettably led to widespread displacement, with millions seeking refuge and to improved livelihoods across different global regions. A closer examination reveals that in certain critical respects, the situations in Ethiopia present even graver concern than those observed in Venezuela. The current Ethiopian administration faces accusations concerning significant human rights infringements, including reports of arbitrary detentions, extrajudicial killings, and a perceived erosion of fundamental civil liberties. These actions have demonstrably undermined public confidence and severely strained the relationship between the populace and the government. Moreover, the perception that the interests of specific factions within the governing apparatus are prioritized over the broader welfare of the citizenry exacerbates the existing challenges and raises fundamental questions about equitable governance. Cumulatively, these converging factors suggest that Ethiopia, under the current leadership, may be traversing a path that presents even more profound challenges than those witnessed in Venezuela under Nicolás Maduro. Paralleling economic crisis, Ethiopia vis Venezuela. The severe economic contractions observed in Venezuela offer a chilling parallel to the escalating challenges currently confronting Ethiopia's workforce. Reports highlight a deepening socio-economic crisis in Ethiopia, significantly impacting the daily lives and dignity of its citizens. This widespread deterioration in living standards is a clear indicator of systemic economic challenges and profound social strain. About a year ago, a BBC report found that even highly educated professionals, such as university faculty, who are instrumental to the nation's intellectual capital, are reportedly facing severe economic duress in Ethiopia. Many of these highly educated professionals are struggling to provide for their families' most basic needs, leading to distressful situations where some have been compelled to send their children to rural areas or rely on extended family networks for sustenance. This predicament powerfully illustrates the pervasive nature of the current socio-economic hardship in Ethiopia. Similarly, individuals employed within the public sector are experiencing considerable identical financial instability. There are consistent reports indicating that current remuneration often proves insufficient to secure a basic living wage, resulting in precarious conditions where stable housing and consistent access to nutritious food remain elusive. Instances of public servants seeking shelter in religious institutions or depending on leftover food from restaurant establishments regrettably underscore a critical erosion of professional dignity and job security within this vital segment of the workforce. In Venezuela, the once robust economy succumbed to hyperinflation and a precipitous decline in real wages, rendering professional incomes virtually worthless. Healthcare professionals, including dedicated doctors and nurses, found their hard-earned salaries reduced to mere pittances, utterly insufficient to secure even the most fundamental necessities of life. Access to nutritious food, adequate housing, or critical medicines became an elusive struggle. This catastrophic devaluation of labor precipitated a massive exodus of skilled talent, creating an irreversible void in the nation's critical infrastructure and human capital. For those who remained in Venezuela, the daily struggle for survival often devolved into profoundly undignified living conditions, marked by poverty and despair. Tragically, the extreme pressures of economic collapse forced some individuals, including professionals, into desperate and exploitative circumstances, reportedly even prostitution, as a last resort to secure sustenance for themselves and their families. This stark Venezuelan narrative serves as a sobering cautionary tale, highlighting the severe repercussions when a nation's economic foundations crumble, threatening to devalue its most vital human capital. The situation within Ethiopia's healthcare system has reached a deeply concerning juncture, with widespread reports indicating that medical professionals have been forced to resort to industrial action, including strikes. This drastic step is not taken lightly. It is a direct consequence of their inability to earn a living wage that adequately supports and provides for their families, despite their critical role on the front lines of public health. These events serve as a stark and troubling indicator of the profound, systemic economic pressures that are severely undermining essential service providers across the nation. The sacrifices demanded of these dedicated individuals have become unsustainable, highlighting an urgent need for comprehensive solutions to ensure the stability and integrity of vital services for all citizens. The cumulative effect of these compounding challenges is an economic landscape where even highly skilled local professionals, crucial for national development, are increasingly despondent due to their inability to secure fundamental livelihoods. This pervasive sense of despair signals an escalating economic crisis that demands urgent and comprehensive intervention. Across Ethiopia and Venezuela, a striking disparity is evident between the lavish lifestyles of high-ranking officials and their associates, and the challenging realities faced by the general populace. Resources intended for collective benefit are instead supporting the extravagance of a select few, highlighting a profound imbalance and disconnect from the daily struggles of most citizens. Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia building a $12 billion palace is a good example. Paralleling political crisis, Ethiopia vis-a-vis Venezuela. As in Venezuela, there is an escalating concern regarding the nation's rapidly deteriorating stability and social cohesion in Ethiopia. This alarming situation is underlined by extensive critical reporting from both domestic and international sources. Reports detailing intensified military operations against its own citizens in Ethiopia, including the deployment of drones and advanced weaponry in civilian areas. As reported by Human Rights Watch and other international organizations, these operations have resulted in tragic and disproportionate civilian casualties, severely impacting vulnerable populations, particularly children and the elderly. Such actions raise serious questions regarding international humanitarian law and necessitate immediate cessation and independent investigation. Further, well-documented instances of arbitrary detention and alleged mistreatment targeting even elected members of parliament and activists, notably those associated with the Amhara community. As in Venezuela, these actions erode the rule of law, suppress legitimate political discourse, and demand thorough, impartial investigation to ensure justice and accountability. There is also a concerning pattern of strategic alignment and power consolidation through perceived preferential engagement with specific ethnic factions. This approach is fostering widespread unease and a sense of marginalization, actively undermining national unity, equitable representation, and reconciliation by exacerbating pre-existing ethnic and religious tensions. The critical situation in Ethiopia requires immediate and principled international action. Global actors should acknowledge and address the urgent humanitarian and socio-political challenges. Prioritizing human rights, concrete engagement, and inclusive dialogue essential for a just, sustainable, and peaceful resolution of all conflicts.